Hi everyone, welcome. Love me long time number 7? Gotta be already. Time flies when you're having fun. We left it. Gary had just made an offer to B for a job and was just about to move in his condo that afternoon and have a bit of a party with Angela and B in the evening. Check back and watch it if you missed any bits. Let's get on with the next bit. B said to Gary she wanted to think about the job for 24 hours, which is a good idea. And they were sat at this restaurant across by the beach, and he'd made the offer. 50,000 baht a month clear, well minus tax. Get a car, she'd have a car, she'd have that 5 million condo down the road. She could bring her child and stay there if she wanted. Have an office in there, he'd buy equipment, get the office set up. She would be his PA in Thailand. So this is turning out to be another business trip. I thought he was coming to get a child or a wife to have children. And remember what I said earlier on another video about B, she wasn't the prettiest girl. She had a very curvy figure, nice body, she's charming. She just had one of those faces, me being a little bit cheeky, a little bit rude here. It's one of those faces that only a mother could love. It's sort of like a double-decker bus had run over her face twice. Yeah, been a bit rude. She wasn't the prettiest girl around, but such a wonderful person. Whereas Angela, absolutely stunning, but had a Thai boyfriend. They finished their refreshments and headed off to move into the new condo. Taxi driver P had come back with his stuff. He only had a suitcase and some bits and pieces, so didn't really have anything to move out. Taxi driver P was waiting at the sales office, and he wandered back into the site and waved at Angela in the office, got his new keys. P, the taxi driver, pulled out his stuff and well, they actually pointed the car to go over to buy the new condo. Now these condos had underground parking with security gates and electric buttons to open that and all that, plus there was guest parking. Most of the 2 condos at the front were already landscaped at the front, but not all the way around, so it wasn't totally complete. There was only one other person apparently moved into the block, and from what Gary said, I believe they were what, 5 or 8 high, and there was, I think it was 8. There was about 5 blocks, maybe 6 blocks, let's say 50 condos. Nice round figure. Anyway, P went across in the car, they walked across, Gary and B, got his suitcase out, and Gary said, look, I'm going to go and settle in, put some stuff in. They hadn't bought anything from the local shop. He said, I might go over to that shop and just get some bits and pieces. I'm just going to go and try the shower, have a shower and maybe change and just settle myself in. You shoot off and get some food and stuff for tonight, for 7 o'clock. Arrange with Angela, get P to run you wherever, get him to pick Angela up, whatever, however you want to do it. And he went, here's 3,000 baht for his salary today, and then tonight tell him what he's got to do. He's just got to bring you here and then potentially later take you home. Sort that out. Where was I? Every time I start today, interruptions. So gave money to B and he sends her off, said see you later, sorted out with Angela, and she's like, yep, fine, heads off. So he goes up to his condo, he's got all these keys and cards and stuff, and he's looking at them thinking, I don't know what does what. And B's just gone across to the sales office, and he shouts, comes from the front door, he comes back away from the front door, shouts to B, B, send Angela, show me keys. And she thumbs up, she understands. So B goes off in the office, he stood in front of the condos, and she talks to, you can see her talking to Angela, And then B heads off. Angela walks over. And he's, sorry Angela, he said, I don't know what all these cards and keys are, what's all this for? And Angela says, I'm sorry, I should give you the guided tour of the keys and cards. She said, let's have a walk around. Anyway, she walks him around the car park underneath, the device to open those doors, the security doors, the keys for that, and the cards and remotes and all this. And then to the lift, again, keys, remotes and all the rest. Takes him up to the condo, shows him how to get in, how it's locked. And says, right, I'll go, I'll see you later. So he's in his condo, off she goes. So he's worked out, he's got loads of keys and cards and stuff, but it's all posh. Hope so for 15 million baht. So there he is. He's literally got two suitcases, furnished condo, but has it got everything? And he starts snooping around and figures out the water system, and you know, he's going to have to buy things like kettles and some electrical appliances. There's a false TV on the wall, it's not a real one, one of those plastic ones. So he's going to have to get TVs and things if he's going to stay there a lot. But it's all little things, it's nothing to him, he'll just get B to sort it all. Heads in, master bedroom, dumps his stuff in there, grabs some other clothes, goes in, has a shower, posh. Well, it must be like to walk into a 15 million baht condo with two suitcases. Excellent. Goes in, sorts himself out, has a shower, gets changed, thinks right, has a look around, goes up, down, round the condo. It's 2 floors, remember, duplex, top of the condos, penthouse, pool a lot, luxury. Figures out there is nothing, there's no snacks in there, there's no drink in there, absolutely nothing. He's already sent B off. So, what's he going to do? He's sort of on holiday. Is he going to go to the shop and bring all that stuff up? Nah, of course not. He'll go to the shop, but I bet you he pays someone to bring it all up. Sure enough, down he goes, shop. It's like a 7-Eleven mini mart. Buys loads of stuff. Booze, snacks. He still buys water. Soft drinks, the lot. Loads of bits and pieces of food, snacks, bread, butter, cheese, all this stuff. Spends about 3, 4, 5,000 baht in there, and says to the shopkeeper, deliver up condo. They understand him. They obviously speak quite a lot of, the shopkeepers speak a bit of English around Phuket, and a guy, son maybe of the woman in the shop, appears, understands, grabs a load of the bags. Gary does grab a couple of bags, and the boy, I come back. Gary walks him round up to the condo. Up he goes, takes the stuff, the boy goes off, gets the rest of the stuff, brings it back. Gary throws him, got the 100 baht tip. So he's got some stuff in the condo, and by this time it's just after lunch. Gary messes around in the condo, maybe has a swim or whatever for the afternoon. Gets his laptop out, does a bit of tinkering on there. And we'll skip all the moving in the condo stuff and things he needs and all that. Eventually you get B to do it all anyway. The afternoon passes, quickly comes around to about 6 o'clock. He goes and changes, showers again. He's got some beers and bits and pieces. He's not a big drinker, as I've said before. He's got some drinks there, some different mixers. Gets himself all ready. 7 o'clock comes, intercom goes. It's got a little screen on the wall, you can see who's down there, and it's B and Angela. Presses the buttons, whatever, up they're coming. Knock on the front door, they come out the lift. It's only his condo on the top 2 floors, so they've got like an entrance hall outside his front door between the lift and him. Very posh. Another camera. So they knock on the door, ring the bell or whatever. Goes to the door, opens the door. B, looking beautiful. in a lovely outfit, and Angela dressed in black, a dress, very short dress, very, what can we say, a sexy dress, quite revealing, doesn't leave much to the imagination, looking stunning. Angela's got some flowers for him, and I presume it's a box of chocolates or something. They've got bags of food. B's got loads of bags. In they come, smiling, happy. Gary's like, wow, amazing. Girls look great. And they start having a few drinks and running around the condo, eating food. 2-3 hours pass pretty quick, all enjoying themselves, just chatting about everything. Gary's trying to find out about Angela, asking some questions, but she's quite elusive. She's not telling them everything. You know what's going through his mind, but she's got the Thai boyfriend. Does he even try at this point and buy the Thai boyfriend off? It's going through his mind, surely. He's got that much money. Can he buy this pretty woman? He doesn't even know her. Come about 10 o'clock, Angela's like, really want to be going soon, and B's like, okay, same here. Gary says to B, are you coming tomorrow morning? We'll have another business meeting. Can you get that girl to cover your shop? And B's like, yeah, we'll do that. I'll turn up about 10. Come and see you. He says, I want to go for breakfast in the morning down by my other condo because I like the breakfast. Can you get P to pick me up at 9 o'clock? Take me to there. She said, yep, I'll arrange that. He said, right. And she rings P to pick the girls up. Angela says to Gary, I'd love to get to know you better and more about you. And B's not told her about potentially buying more condos. Clever girl, B. Angela says, I'd love to maybe get to know you a bit better, as you're my first customer on the, you know, the top penthouse suites. Maybe we could catch some lunch together. That's her asking him for a date. And he said, yeah, I'll let you know tomorrow. And they all say their goodbyes, and off the girls go, and he says goodbye, and there we go, another day. What will happen? From everything he's told me, he had at this point forgotten he was on holiday, and all he kept thinking about was Angela, the black dress, how beautiful she was, and the fact she had a Thai boyfriend. He was picturing her as a potential girlfriend, wife, mother of his children at this point, because she was so pretty. But he wasn't picturing B as that girlfriend, wife, surrogate mother, just Angela. I remember him and B had sort of had a bit of a one-night fling. Next day comes. Sure enough, buzzer, P, the taxi driver, 9 o'clock, was there. Gary comes out, goes off, breakfast, has breakfast. B rings him, 10 o'clock. Am I meeting you at the condo or your breakfast? And he said, go to the condo. And she said, which condo? And he's like, oh yeah, we'll go to my old condo. Let's meet at my old condo. Can you tell P to take me there? Like, okay. P speaks a little bit of English, but he keeps telling B, you tell him. So he finishes breakfast, P's outside, off they go back to the old condo. And he says to P, just wait. B's outside the old condo. And Gary's like, let's go and have a look at the old condo. Have you had a thought about my business proposition? have you had a thought about my business proposition? What do you think to the proposition? 50,000 baht a month, etc. What do you think B's going to say? They go into the condo and it's furnished, it's all nice. 5 million baht, he paid for that, plus bits and pieces he put in there. They sit down and she says, well, I've thought about it. She says, we've only known each other 10 days or so. I've got a business that runs, okay, doesn't make me huge amounts of money like you're offering. And at this point Gary's thinking, she's going to turn me down. And she says, I haven't got enough money in the bank to take gambles, as in just to give my shop up, get rid of that member of staff, part-time member of staff, and take a gamble on you. Okay, you've given me some money, but that shop's been my livelihood for a while. You've only been in my life 10 days. And he says, you know what, very well put. He said, very good. She says, well, I'd like to do, so I'm going to keep the shop. I'm going to employ that girl and her friend to run my shop for me full time, and I'm going to a couple of hours a week go and check up on it, and I'm going to keep it. I'm going to accept your offer, providing you don't mind me keeping the shop and me telling you about my interest on the shop, what I'm going to do, but I'll take you up on the offer. She said, but I want to change something. And he's like, huh, okay, what do you want to change? And she says, I don't want to be your taxi driver or limo driver, and I don't really want a big car to be driving around in. I'd rather we have a big car, and on occasions we rent out your condos you're going to buy, we can use it to take potential clients there, and I'll just employ P to drive it. And he says, ah, very good. She says, but I would like a car. I haven't got a car. So I'd like you to buy 2 cars, a small car for me and a big limo for you, and we'll park it up downstairs under this condo, and I'll use it when needed. But I want a small car. It's going to cost you about 600,000-700,000 baht. And he's like, fair play. Right, we're going to leave it there because my builder's back. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.